This is the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
You're inside Jamaica Magazine.
Encouraging the information flow, sharing the news and views you need to know.
We are building an informed Jamaica every day.
Listening to what you say.
Welcome to New Beginnings, the start of a brand new decade. How will you make the next 10 years count? I'm Alison Watson and you are inside Jamaica Magazine. Last year we fell on some very hard times, and while things promise to get better this year, it's early days yet, and we'll still have to stick to the grind to make things better. What role do our teachers have to play? They'll tell you how later. But before them, the news headlines. The police say increased presence a success. NEPA cleans up after flight AA331, and the Jamaica Fire Brigade seeks more for services rendered. The news in detail after the break.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Radio.
We'll have cargo materials and house matters in our features package.
And now the news and Kevin Clark. Research and publications. Television.
It's Wednesday, October 28th.
We've got a hot Jamaica Magazine.
Welcome to another edition of
Editorial and photography. Public relations.
It is set to be the driving force of the agency.
All this and more in one place. 4 divisions, 15 departments.
The largest organization of its kind in Jamaica, and I dare say in the English-speaking Caribbean.
One strategic objective.
Truth. Well told.
It's the Jamaica Information Service.
The voice of Jamaica.
And now the news. The police are reporting success from their increased presence on the streets over the holiday period. More than 700 additional policemen and women were deployed in the weeks leading up to the Christmas and New Year's holidays. The Jamaica Constabulary Force says this resulted in a decline in the number of traffic violations and petty theft. Over the period, police officers were strategically placed at major intersections in the corporate area during peak hours. Head of the Traffic and Highway Patrol Division, Superintendent Radcliffe Lewis, says this resulted in fewer accidents and fewer prosecutions. He said this year the traffic police will be clamping down on undisciplined bikers. Remediation and cleanup activities are currently ongoing at the site of the American Airlines landing mishap. The cleanup procedure started on December 31. It is expected to last up to 26 days. The remediation and cleanup activities followed a meeting hosted by the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, with representatives of the airline. Representatives from the Ministry of Health, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, the Airports Authority, the Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority, and the Jamaica Environment Trust were also at the meeting. The meeting was called to discuss the scope of environmental work needed at the site. In an effort to comply with NEPA's requirements, American Airlines has engaged 2 local environmental consultants to act on their behalf. The 2 are CL Environmental Company and Jamaica Environmental Management Services. The Jamaica Fire Brigade, the JFB, wants an increase to the fees charged for its services. The brigade is in discussions with the Department of Local Government about a possible 17% increase. Assistant Commissioner of the Brigade and Chief Fire Prevention Officer Samuel McIntosh says this would significantly boost the JFB's budget. The Fire Brigade charges a fee for subdivisions and plan reviews within Kingston and St. Andrew and the certification of premises. Other services include providing permits to host events, safety monitors for training and events, fire reports and hydrant certificates. The brigade also wants the introduction of fees to services that do not currently attract charges. These include building plan reviews, subdivision plans for all other parishes, and firework displays. The last time the Fire Brigade was granted an increase was in 2006. The only change then was to the fee for providing subdivision plans. The Old Church Road in St. Andrew has been temporarily closed. The road is adjacent to the recently constructed Waterloo Bridge. It was closed earlier today and will remain blocked to vehicular traffic throughout the month of January. The alternative route is Grandspen Road onto East Dulwich Drive to Dulwich Drive, then onto Old Church Road. The National Works Agency says the closure is to facilitate work on the Phase 3 of the Waterloo Bridge Road Improvement Programme. Motorists are urged to obey posted warning signs and the instructions of flag persons. And to end today's newscast, Earthquake Awareness Week will be observed from January 9 to 15 under the theme Learn, Plan, Prepare. The next big quake could be near. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, will lead the national observance of the week. Several activities have been planned for the period. The events will begin with a national church service on Saturday, January 9 at the Andrews Memorial Seventh-day Adventist Church. There will also be regional church services across the island on Sunday, January 10. ODPEM will host a tsunami workshop for the tourism sector on January 11 at the Bahia Principe Hotel in St. Anne. Earthquake Awareness Day in schools will be observed on January 13. ODPEM's major event for this day is the annual Earthquake Awareness Week Open Day. This is planned for the Old Naval Hospital in Port Royal. Meanwhile, Earthquake Awareness Day in business is to be observed on January 14. On this day, ODPEM encourages businesses to take time out to evaluate their level of preparedness. Those were the stories making the news today. For more information, please visit our website at www.jis.gov.jm. Stay with us. Jamaica Magazine continues.
At present, there is no vaccine available to protect against influenza A H1N1. However, there are everyday actions that can help prevent the spread of germs that cause respiratory illnesses like influenza. Take these everyday steps to protect your health. Cover your nose and mouth with a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Throw away the tissue in the trash after you've used it. Wash your hands often with soap and water, especially after you cough or sneeze. Alcohol-based hand sanitizers are also effective. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth. Germs spread this way. And try to avoid close contact with persons with flu-like symptoms. A message from the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Thanks for staying with us. Our Monday regular Jamaica House Weekly will not be aired today, but returns next week. Here's today's episode of the FSC Minute.
Welcome to the FSC Minute. I am your host, Nadine Newsom. Today, we discuss retirement schemes, and my guest is Nicolette Cupidon Hennes, Senior Director of Pensions at the FSC. Welcome, Nicolette.
Thank you, Nadine.
Nicolette, what is a retirement scheme?
A retirement scheme is a pension plan established for self-employed persons or for persons who may be employed but whose employer does not provide the benefit of a pension plan. Contributions to retirement schemes are limited to 20% of a member's annual income.
Where is it offered, and how do I become a member of a retirement scheme?
Retirement schemes are offered by insurance companies and investment managers which are licensed by the FSC. A retirement scheme must be registered by the FSC before it is offered to the public. Each company offering a retirement scheme has its own application process,